leaders who have worked all along the way for all of us. These are memories that you'll never forget. In fact, Whitley coming up to do the crowning, I was remembering, she told me sitting over here, she said, I remember that day in that beautiful dress. It was Heather's dress, and we got a picture of Adam picking her up in that big dress, that beautiful dress, and we had pictures of her in her little braces on her crowning day, and she was saying, boy, how time goes by. Well, little does she know. So we hope that this will be one of those memories for you that you'll look back on for a long, long time and take great joy in. We certainly do. Now, on Celebration Sunday, Pastor Lauren and I tend to go back and forth between each other as we celebrate. And this year we're going to start with our church and then go to our local outreaches and then to our international missions. So the Assemblies of God Church at Bella Vista got affected like everybody else with all of the COVID stuff. And so here we are, trying to make it up as we go along, and we had no online ministry when all this started. And so what we had to do was just figure it out. And I would just like to thank Pastor Elizabeth and Pastor Lauren and Alan Smallwood and a great number of others, Pastor Chris, who were without them, I don't know what we would have done. And so we shut down, and I was going from preaching 2 Sunday morning services, a Sunday night and a Wednesday night, and all the meetings and all the groups and all the Bible studies, to just on Saturday afternoons talking to the back of my phone. It was very undesirable, and I have loved it. But what we were able to do was to keep the ministry going out there. We still have a great number of our church family who've not been able to come back. They've not been in attendance since March. But what we know is they're not split off from us entirely because they've been watching online. The Pearsons and the Roosteds and the Tharps and a great number of folks that are at home and they're watching these online, the songs and the youth sermons and the sermons. So I'm very, very thankful we were able to do this. And one of the strange side effects that I think nobody foresaw was that a lot of the people who are staying at home are not only watching this church service, but they're watching like 5 church services. And some of you come to church here, and then you go home and you go see the service from the church you used to go to, and you watch the service from the church that your kids go to, and you're going to church like 5 or 6 times. I think we're going to look back on this time and see that God did something remarkable in the middle of our confusion and chaos. He was at work for the saving of souls. That's what I believe the testimony will be long term. And thank God for that, because it was really weird going through all of this stuff. But you can see we ended up with 137 subscribers and over 16,000 views of the online content which was put out there by BVAG. And this is a wonderful thing. This is no small thing. And then right after we shut down comes Easter, which is supposed to be the best of all of our experiences. And all we were limited to was kind of a drive-through greeting and blessing. Do you remember that time? And we had all those Cadbury eggs, which we kind of threw into the cars as they went by, and lobbed in a blessing, and all of our pastoral staff families at different entrances and places, and that was such a neat thing for us to do. Just something at Easter. But I will tell you, one of the things that we learned here is God is not limited by what we can do. We do the best we can do, but what we found is that God is powerful to do His will in the world. And we were thankful for anyway what we could do.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, happy Celebration Sunday. One of the things we want to talk about this morning is all of the different ways that we kind of had to adjust in a year that was so difficult, where so many things were canceled and everything got shut down. We just wanted to celebrate the creative ways that our church took to stay connected. So many of you made phone calls and sent handwritten cards and gathered in groups, socially distanced with masks, and brought lawn chairs to sit out in the parking lot. Even our wonderful office staff found a way that they hand-delivered Mother's Day gifts and mailed out Father's Day gifts. And in a year where everything was so different and we were more The next thing I want to talk about is our children's ministry. This year, our children's ministry has looked very, very different. We are still not having our normal kids' church services. We did online videos for a long time. I have, like Pastor Jonathan, talked to my phone more this year than I ever have before. But we tried to find ways to stay connected with our children and our families. And the last several months, we have had a 3 p.m. Kids Church family service. And so our 3 p.m. service on Sundays has functioned like this service does at 11 a.m., where they wear their mask in and out. We have it in the sanctuary. They sit spread out like you all are doing here today. But it is a kids' church service. We did an entire series on worship, the importance of worshiping God no matter where we are. And then the last 6 weeks, we did a series called Teach Us to Pray, where we taught our children and families the Lord's Prayer in the King James Version. And every week, we broke it down kind of piece by piece and explained what every line of that section of scripture means. And so we actually have a video of our kids saying the Lord's Prayer, but I would like to invite all of you, will everyone just stand with us this morning as our families lead us in reciting the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Matthew 6, 9 through 13. You guys did a wonderful job. You may be seated. You may be seated. This morning we're going to transition now to talk about some of our local outreaches. So this year has looked different for our church, but it has also adjusted some of the things we do in order to reach out to our local community. So I'd like to talk this morning about the Thanksgiving card outreach that the youth group started. So Pastor Chris and Charity have a team of outreach leadership team students. So a team of students in the youth group are coming up with outreach ideas and ways that they can still get involved and help other people, even during these very unusual times. And so they came up with this idea to do Thanksgiving cards for one of our local nursing homes. And so during a time when many of these people in Bella Vista will not be able to see their family, that will not get to see loved ones, some of them will be spending Thanksgiving alone, our youth group got together and they made cards, they wrote personalized handwritten notes, and they invited our children's ministry to be a part of it. And so our kids colored pictures and made crafts and put together these things. And our youth group put together these beautiful bags that have their name on it that they're going to be able to give to one of our nursing homes here in Bella Vista. And this week during Thanksgiving, when we all are able to spend it with loved ones, they're going to have these cards and notes to remind them that they are loved, that there is a church in Bella Vista that remembers them, that loves them, that thinks they're important, and wanted to show them the love of God. So isn't that incredible?
Yes.
I thought that was so beautiful. And then one of our other outreaches that we have done for many years now is our snack pack ministry. We provide 80 snack packs for Cooper Elementary School, the local elementary school here in Bella Vista. And these snack packs, it is a bag of 8 different snacks that they give to kids that they have identified to have food insecurity. So these are kids on free or reduced lunches. They are kids identified by their teachers and counselors that maybe they just need some extra support and food at home. And so we provide 80 snack packs to the local elementary school every week. And I got a call before this semester, before this fall semester by Mr. Betty, the school counselor, and he said, okay, we're gearing back up, everything looks different. He said, our school here in Bella Vista has one of the highest poverty rates in the Bentonville public school system, but they have some of the highest test scores because of the support they have from this wonderful Bella Vista community. That so many churches, so many groups support and volunteer and help them out, and so they are able to help these students. And we get to be a part of that by providing a snack pack. So normally, we have a big snack pack Sunday night where our whole church gets to go to the gym and put together snack packs each month. But our youth group has taken over this ministry in the fall because it is a smaller group. And so once a month on Wednesday nights, after their service, our youth group has been going into the gym and they wear their mask and they stay socially distanced and they pack up these snack packs, and then Chardell has been delivering these snack packs for me every week, taking them to Cooper Elementary School, and what the school is doing is they are quarantining the snack packs for a week. So we're just a week early. We take them 1 week, and then the next week they're able to hand them out to the students. And then that week we bring more, and then the next week. So it's kind of on a delay, but we're still able to do this, and we're so thankful. It's because of the generosity and the support of our church that we're able to do incredible outreaches like this. So thank you very much for your support.
We haven't had to take up special offerings for these because of your faithfulness in giving. All of these things which we're able to do as a church family are because of your faithfulness in giving, your participation. One of the things that we have loved to do has been the homeless feeding. We don't have homeless people in Bella Vista. Bella Vista doesn't allow for it. But in Northwest Arkansas, there are some homeless camps. And these are very difficult situations. And so we wanted to be a part of that. There's a ministry down in Fayetteville that's ministering to them on a daily basis, but on Saturdays, it's closed. And so different churches from around Northwest Arkansas, each of them take different Saturdays, and we take the 5th Saturday. Our church family drives all the way down to Fayetteville to provide hot meals, and this year it had to be sort of packed up as sack lunches sometimes. But even in this strange time, I just want to thank Brian and Brittany for their leadership in this effort, and all of you who participated. Thank you. Another thing that we have never done before, but we're able to do during this time, was to receive donations from Rural Compassion and Convoy of Hope. So Convoy of Hope is born out of the Assemblies of God, and Convoy of Hope goes to disaster relief areas when there's tornadoes, when there's hurricanes, when there are all different sorts of natural disasters, and bottled water is needed, blankets are needed, food is needed. You will see Convoy of Hope showing up with truck after truck after truck. They will also show up in city centers to do big food distributions, and there'll be 10 or 11 local churches that will partner up, and they'll provide back-to-school haircuts and all different kinds of things with Convoy of Hope. But most of that gets centered on cities, big population centers. And so there's another group called Rural Compassion, which is a branch that looks to smaller places, smaller towns. And we have right across the border here, we have in Knoll, Missouri, we have a very unique situation because of the Tyson plant there, where there are people from 38 different countries that live and go to school there, people from 38 different language backgrounds. And there is a shortage of the ability to be able to stage help for them. And we last year got to be a part of shoe distributions and other things. Well, Rural Compassion called and said, even though you guys are in Arkansas, you do a great job of making sure that everybody has access to these. And so they bring down 12, 13, 14 pallets of supplies. And we have received 2 different distributions and been able to make sure that those got to a couple of schools, a couple of clinics, a couple of churches, and a number of individuals, some pastors that knew of it, that we were able to make cleaning supplies. The first group, there was a whole pallet of toilet paper when you couldn't get toilet paper anywhere. And on this one, there was a whole big pallet of cleaning supplies. which was donated to Rural Compassion, and they put with us, and we were able to distribute that. Pastor Lauren does an amazing job coordinating so many of our outreaches. She is not only our children's pastor, she is our best outreach coordinator as well. And she has been everybody on our staff has their thing and then their other thing. And the other thing really comes from the heart. Pastor Elizabeth was hired to do our worship and music, but her heart is care ministry. And Pastor Lauren came out with a degree in children's and family ministries, but has a big heart for outreaches, and so we are very fortunate in our staff to have these things. Pastor Lauren's going to come and give us a report on Operation Christmas Child.
Thank you very much, Pastor Jonathan. This last week, I was able to deliver our Operation Christmas Child shoe boxes. Thank you so much to everyone that packed these shoe boxes. Last year, we were able to have a man that came and visited our church, and he had received an Operation Christmas Child shoebox when he was a child. And so some of us last year got to hear firsthand about the impact that that had, not only on his life and his family, but the entire community was impacted by these gifts. That these boxes that contain a wow item, a toy, they have hygiene items, they have school supplies. They're not just good things for these children, but they also get the message of hope. They also hear that Jesus loves them, that they are not forgotten, that they are loved. And so thank you so much to everyone that packed an Operation Christmas Child shoebox. I delivered 99 boxes to the Bella Vista Baptist Church. They are one of our national drop-off locations, and they always do an incredible job of organizing those boxes and getting them where they need to go. And then this year, we had an opportunity to do online boxes. So thank you to those of you that were at home, that went online and paid for the box to be delivered. You can select the different items and what you want in the box, and it's a no-contact way. So that was a really cool opportunity that we had this year as well. And I have a video, an Operation Christmas Child video. This is a thank you from people that have received these boxes.
There are two words that I've heard at every distribution that I've ever participated in, and those are children that come up to me and they say,
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. I love you.
Mulțumesc.